Hey there guys, welcome back to the QPR Career Mode. Apologies for the slightly delayed episode today. For those who don't know, the last couple of episodes were filmed and edited while I was, before I went on holiday. I've been away for the last week, so I haven't actually been on this save for like 10 days. So I've had a little bit of a refresher. I've reminded myself of the recent form, that kind of thing. And for those of you who have seen the most recent episodes, we're in some pretty good form. We're playing pretty good. We've had, I think it's 7 games unbeaten, 6 wins and a draw, and that one draw was coming up against Leeds. So pretty decent opponent to still get a point against, considering they're right up amongst it with us. So sat in second place at the moment, which is crazy to say, but that is where we are, and I'm very, very happy with that. I will very, very quickly sort of just mention, I guess, that in the episodes that I was bulk recording, we were doing 3 games. I am going back to 4. That was just for while I needed to like film a bunch in a very short period of time and edit, because I had to film and edit like 5 videos in a day and a half, so while working. So yeah, it was a little bit hectic, but we got it done, and that is what matters. So today we are going to be powering through with the next 4 games, which will see us into December. We've got our first game against Cardiff away. Then we are away to Watford. Then we are at home to Norwich, which is a huge, huge game. And then at home to Oxford as well. So some big, big fixtures today. And going to be some tricky games as well. Obviously, Cardiff having a bit of a rough time of things at the moment in the table. Got there eventually. They're in. Oh no, it's not Cardiff. Sorry, I take that back massively. Again, I had a little look through the teams. Who is it? Oh, it's Swansea. Swansea and Oxford are down and amongst it. So 2 teams that are obviously going to be fighting for these sort of points now that we're getting to the mid part of the season. And then you've got obviously a very, very tough game in Cardiff, who are just outside those playoff places, and a win could very easily see them get into them. And then Norwich, obviously top of the table. And if we have good enough form and we manage to beat them in that game, we would actually be sat at the top of the championship, which would be insane. So enough little admin-y stuff. We'll actually get into the admin-y stuff. You know what? Don't get ahead of yourself, Lucas, mate. Don't get ahead of yourself. I'm glad you're happy, fella, but let's not take the piss here. Anyway, I'll crack on forward. I'll see you guys in 3 days at Cardiff, unless something else happens before. A few ever so slightly tired legs means a couple of rotations in the main squad going into this one. We've got Varane coming in for Madsen and Smith coming in for Dembele. No, Dembele did make the bench fitness-wise, but Madsen was so tired, I've actually taken him out completely and Dixon Bonner's on the bench. Also brought on Morrison for Dunn on the bench, just again for fitness, and Benny in for Anderson, who was also quite tired. So going to be a tricky start to the episode today. I've not played FC in over a week. My friend Jack and I go on like this little holiday every year around his birthday, and for that week we basically do like a fun little career mode where we make our own team, put them in the Irish League, and then have to only using youth players. So building a youth system, promoting youth players, try and build as good a team as possible, and eventually go on to like win the Champions League just using youth players and just simming every single game apart from the Champions League. We try and do that just for a little bit of fun while we're away as well, just because we both enjoy the game. It's often just after the games come out, and we obviously have a little bit of free time while we're on holiday doing our own thing. Sitting doing that in the evenings is quite fun. But yeah, I haven't actually played any games because neither of us got to the point of the Champions League final. I got as far as I think it was the quarterfinals of the Champions League is as far as I got, but I haven't played a game of FC in over a week. So let's see how this goes. Anyway, come on you ours. Oh, pretty solid start here from Cardiff. They get the ball out wide on our right-hand side. Nardi with a good save. Oh, my defenders just didn't help him out. And within 4.5 minutes, I'm not saying it's obvious I've not played the game in a while, but within 4.5 minutes, it's very evident that I've not played the game in a while. 1-0 down, that is not a great place to be. Not a great start for us at all there. And the Cardiff fans go wild, as they should. Fair play to them. Really good save from Nardi eventually there, but I think I was using Cook, and I'm asking him to go to the ball, and he just didn't. So Kanga is going to make it 1-0. Nardi almost stopped it. He kicked it straight at his hand. He was slightly unlucky there, but Wilfred Kanga makes it 1-0. And it's very early doors, and we're already behind. Field plays it through here. Ilias Chair. Going to have a go from the edge of the box here. Ilias! I've tried to green time it. I've ever so slightly mistimed it, and it's gone wide of the post. I don't know if it would have gone in without the failed green time, but it didn't go in anyway. Cardiff again coming down our right-hand side here. Heverton Santos does really, really well. Well won there, Heverton. Oh, I've given it away, though. Hold on. We're okay. Field inside to Sella. Sella is going to see that run from Smith. Smith, who's got Chair right next to him. I could do with him making a bit more of a central run, Ilias. Never mind. It's unfortunate. I need to maybe utilise these through balls a little bit more, like the over-the-top through balls, sort of L1 triangle style. I think that will maybe be a little bit more beneficial. Cardiff playing the ball around really nicely. That final pass let them down a little bit. It allowed Cook to just pick up that loose pass. But in that build-up, they probably played about 15 or so passes. But we've played 3 passes to find Sella. And Sella finds the back of the net. 28 minutes. Grab that ball, my friend, because we're not done there. That's our first goal of the day. And I'm hoping it's the first of a few because we need to get these 3 points. We need to keep the pressure on Norwich right up until that kickoff. We need to make sure we give ourselves a chance of actually being able to compete at the tippity top of that championship table. But lovely bit of play, really well won from Cook. Plays a simple pass out wide, the pass into Chair, and then Chair just had to look up and play that through ball. It wasn't the L1 through ball I was talking about, but a through ball nonetheless. And it is 1-1 back in contention now with still plenty of time to go. Smith to play it through here to Ilias. Ilias now going to ask Sella to make that run, and here's that chip through ball. That's what we're talking about. Sella with the strike. It's a good effort, but that is a very good save. It was relatively near to the keeper. It's one you'd expect him to save, but there was some venom behind that one. Got to be careful. Strike from the edge of the box. It's a decent one. Apparently they've got advantage. Oh, maybe it was an offside. It was an offside. Good block though from Cook there. Obviously, I gave him a little bit of stick for that first goal and the fact that he didn't close down that loose ball. As soon as Nardi makes that save and the ball was in an area, you kind of assume that your centre-back throws himself towards it. And Cook would do in real life. So I'm a little bit annoyed that obviously that wasn't really replicated in that chance. But we do have a bit of a chance now to bring it... Oh, I didn't see the clock. If I'd seen the clock, I'd have played that ball first time through to Smith. That's on me. I'll hold my hands up to that one. That was my fault. But we go into the break 1-1. Nardi very unlucky after making a really good save. Very nearly made it a double save. But it did find the back of the net. And then Sella doing what Sella's done this entire career mode, which is score goals for fun. And we go in at 1-1 at the break. Do I want to make changes right now? No. I'm going to crack on with the same 11. Let those guys go out and have another sort of 10-15. And then if I feel like I need to mix it up to get something from this game, then that is what I will do. But let's see if from the kickoff here, Sella going to try and put it back onto his left. We're going to see, we're going to see the pass out to Sato, but it was blocked by the defender, and they block it again. But we do keep it alive here. Kenneth Powell, Sella's in a decent spot here. Can I get the ball in the box? I kick it straight at Perry and G. My bad. Field into Sella. Sella to Chair. Chair out to Sato. Sato into Sella. Sella, I kind of wanted him to hit it with his left foot before the ball came across his body. He tried to like outside of the boot with his right foot. Maybe not the smartest play. It didn't go in, so it wasn't great regardless, was it really? Ball inside now, plays it to Chair. Chair turns, finds Sato. Sato, edge at the edge of the area there, or not bad, but it's a good save again. We're testing this keeper from range. When we test him from range, he seems to do pretty well. I think I do need to get that ball into the box and test him from closer proximity. I think I'll get a bit more luck doing that. We've got a chance to maybe try again here. Sella, going to try and play it to Dixon Bonner. Did he stay on side? I hope so. I think he has. And I think that's going to be one... Oh, there's Clark Salter. Clark Salter, what are you doing there, my friend? I'm glad he is. But it's 2-1 to QPR. We find the breakthrough for the second time this game. And it took a while, but we have found that second goal. I don't know why he's made that run, but I'm very glad he has. He just about stayed on side, composed first touch, and then finesse for that second. I do want to see how close that offside is. I am actually going to have a little gander. We're going to have a look together here at just how close this was. Let me just... I'm still a little bit naff at working out the replay stuff. I don't know if you guys have worked out or seen like making the thumbnails. I'm trying to use the new like picture taking features for some of the thumbnails. I'm a little bit naff at it. Oh, he's well onside. Oh, fair play. I thought Sella maybe passed it a touch slow and that was going to be the problem, but no, really nice pass and it finds the back of the net. I did make a change as well. Sato off, Benny on, just for fresh legs. Sato, obviously, our only real out-and-out left mid. So it's nice to sort of have him fit as ready as often. We have like a bunch of players that can play left mid. Benny, Chair, Coley. We've got plenty of options, but yeah, it'll be nice to keep Sato nice, fit and fighting, because I think he's a bit of an underrated performer every now and again for me. Hold on, Sam Field. I've tried to commit. Nardi, great save. Keeps us in it. Here's me waffling about left mids. But our goalkeeper is very much paying attention and keeping us in it. 20 minutes on the clock, though, boys, and we've got to just be careful, sensible, and a third would just really seal the deal, I think, here. Powell. Oh, loses out actually in a spot here. I started commentating to commentate on what I thought was going to be a chance for us there, trying to play that over to Benny, but actually it has led into a Cardiff opportunity here. Steve Cook does really well, though. What Cardiff opportunity? I didn't see one. Really good stuff there. And now, actually, it is going to redevelop into a QPR chance here. Ilias over Sella. What is that pass? Ilias was making a perfect run. Sella, mate. Not good enough, that ball. Not long on the clock. Couple of changes coming from us here. Frey coming on. Morrison and Dixon Bonner for Sella, for Cook, and for, I think it was Field. Might have been for Varane. I don't remember. Either way, 3 like-for-like changes. Again, kind of just to see the game out now. Good header there in the middle of the park. We're going to play it through to Frey. It's unfortunate. I've also just realised, I said, what a run from Dixon Bonner for the Jake Clark-Salter goal. He wasn't on the pitch. What a me. Anyway, he is now, and he's bursting forward. Green time finish. Oh, it's almost beat the keeper. He wasn't too sure about it. It was sort of behind him as he got a hand to it. Good effort there. But that is probably going to be pretty much all she wrote. 2 minutes added on, so not a crazy amount of time. Just got to be sensible. If we could win this ball back, I think we're good. Good block there from Santos. Ref's going to let it play on, though. We don't close down the ball. Thank you, referee. There it is, 2-1. We made it difficult for ourselves. A really sloppy first start, but we finished strong. And we finished with 3 points, keeping that pressure on the top of the table. All it takes is one slip up, and we do overtake them. And then that game against them, instead of us being a chance to overtake the top of the table, it's to push away, maybe? Who knows? Anyway, good 3 points there. Huge 3 points there, and we are coming up against a Watford side that I'm fairly sure it was just showing. Oh, it was Dortmund. I saw the yellow kit and assumed it was something to do with Watford, but yeah, they're not doing too bad themselves. Up into 8th place, just behind Cardiff. Norwich continuing their winning form, so they got another win, so they are staying comfortably at the top of the table. An update for Sella. Sella will now be a plus poacher, which is great to see. Really okay with that. What I'm going to do is, his passing's pretty atrocious. There isn't too much that sort of ups the short passing apart from advanced forward. So I'm kind of tempted to do that. Also ups the balance, ups his sprint speed a little bit to sort of have that pace split match a little bit. So I might just do that. Get him to 4-star skill moves as well would be lovely. So we're going to do that. Get him on the advanced forwards. It's going to take about 26 weeks, so it is going to take a little while, but that's okay. I'm absolutely fine with that. A couple of unread messages. Frey is disappointed that he's not getting many minutes, but again, I'll be honest, that is purely down to how good Sella has been. I mean, what's he on now, Sella? He's scoring goals for fun. And he really is. He's going to be our top goal scorer, so I can just search by that. He's on 15 goals this season. That is absolutely incredible. We'll have a little look, by the way, at players who are out on loan and what their ratings are saying here for us. So we've got Cooper out on loan at 65. Very nice. Larketch in Scotland on a 64. Okay. Obviously, Ashby's in loan with us, as is Dembele. But Richards up to a 67. I probably will end up selling Richards. It doesn't seem like there's going to be much going on with Richards in real life. Kelman probably will end up being a player that's also sold. It is at a 62 right now on loan at Leyton Orient. But yeah, just thought I'd check on those. Otherwise, boys, we are working our way forward to the Watford game. Unless anything happens, I'll see you in between. Okay, for the Watford game, again, another handful of changes, all fitness-based. We've got Jimmy Dunn in for Cook, who doesn't even make the bench. Morrison is on the bench for him. Ashby, a right back over Heaven Santos. Dembele makes his way back in. Madsen does as well. Coley in on the left-hand side. And Frey starts, not just because he's complaining about game time, but also because, I mean, Sella was quite tired. It's good to get a little bit of variety and a little bit of rotation, and when he plays, Frey still does do very well for us. It's not that Frey doesn't do well, it's just that Sella does so unbelievably well. It's hard to drop him, if I'm honest with you, so it's a difficult one, and this will be a tough game. Watford are no mugs. Watford have always been a bit of a bogey team for QPR, I would say. There's always been a little bit of like, will we, won't we get something, and there's been a few pretty big results for both sides, I would say, in the last couple of years. Let's see if this can be an important game today at Vicarage Road. See if we can come away with 3 points. And again, staying in contention for that top of the table, which feels mad to say. I won't lie to you. I was hoping this season that we managed to get ourselves into a playoff place. And obviously, there is still plenty of time for us to end up not in top 2. But, yeah, it's kind of crazy to say that we are currently pushing for top of the table. Let's see if we can continue winning ways and go 8 or 9 games unbeaten. That would be wild. Come on, you us. Oh, really good ball here. Watford through. Watford just wide of the post. I'm not sure. Is that Ince, maybe? Just wide of the post. It looks like it's Ince. Just wide of the post. That's a really, really good effort. They just played that through ball perfectly. Powell was in the middle of nowhere, and they just had a really good chance. But Ince not finding the target. If he did, I don't know if Nardi would have got there, because Nardi has been very, very good for us and looks pretty competent at actually being near to that anyway. But that's a real let-off there. But could we maybe reply here? Frey, going to try and bring this down here. Holds it up quite nicely, takes it on. But yeah, it's going to find its way back to Backman, and we start again. Dembele on the ball now. Karamoko Dembele going to have a go from range here. Oh, it's bounced off of Frey. If he had just locked onto the ball a bit quicker there, had a bit of a chance from that deflection, then hitting Frey after hitting the defender. Mate, that could have been a bit of a cheeky way to try and get an opening goal there. But the run and shot from Dembele wasn't too bad. Madsen takes it past one. Going to play it out here to Ryan Coley. Coley inside. Finds Ilias. Ilias with space in front of him. You cannot let Ilias run into space like that, because Ilias will try and find either a shot or a pass to punish you. Frey with the strike, but it hits the defender. And it's a corner. Now, corners we've been okay from. As long as I get them in decently, we've been half decent at corners. I'm going to try just a little bit here. I'm just going to put it onto a bit of a chip so that it hopefully gets past that first man. It does. It finds Frey. Oh, and Frey heads it just over the bar. Very good effort. Again, some power behind that. He just got his big, bold, beautiful head on that, and it's just over the bar. Unlucky there. But again, I have to say, the chances have been coming. Watford are looking pretty good on the ball. They're playing it around pretty competently in the back, as if on cue. And it's one of those where if we can just keep the pressure up, they keep playing it back to their keeper, and Frey has got once or twice pretty close to closing him down very, very quickly and causing a problem. Ince out wide here. Looks back and finds his man. Powell has not quite got the beating of it. There we go. Kenneth Powell wins it. Lovely stuff. And maybe a chance now to burst down this left-hand side. Ryan Coley going to cut inside. Got Frey ahead of him, but he's going to keep it. We're going to ask for the run here from Frey. Frey on the ball. Frey. I'm hitting it at the man. I'm kind of wasting the chances with Frey. It's one of those where I feel like Seller gets through a little bit quicker there just because he is a quicker player. And I'm having to shoot from a further distance with Frey because the ball going to him, he's not quite getting in behind, so the defenders have a bit of a chance to stop and block before Frey gets his shot away, whereas Seller is just in behind, and the defenders have a harder time of getting in the way of a potential shot. I think that's the main difference there. Chance here, ball inside, Watford looking dangerous, played it all the way across to the other winger, and Nardi does a great job of stopping that one because that could have just looped over him. It's a really, really nice save in the end. But this is the final chance of the half, most likely here. Got to make sure nothing's silly just before half-time. Get that ball away. It's given me Coley. He's done a good job of getting that ball away initially. The referee's going to blow for half-time. It is a small shame because I think actually there Dembele has got the beating of the defence. But ifs and buts, who knows? It's 0-0 at half-time. It's been a scrappy one. It's been a good game. It has been a good game. There's been good chances at either end. We haven't massively tested the keeper. It's been more, we've been in good positions, and the Watford defence have done a very good job of stopping our shots from being overly effective. I have to say, credit where credit is due. The Watford defence have been very, very impressive. So I think we kind of just have to crack on. Same for the second half. Sadly, I've got no one that can play left back, boys. I could bring on Heverton, and he will be out of position. And with how good Ince has been very impactful this half. That is a risk. I'm gonna hold fire for now. We have got, the next game is Norwich, and I have got that ever so slightly in mind. But I think we have a week between that and this game, so we're going to crack on. It's still 3 important points. The game against Norwich is only a possibility of overtaking them if we stay in touching distance of them. So it's going to be important that we can't just be like, oh, we need to win the Norwich game. We need to win this game. So let's keep the team relatively strong out there. Make changes maybe for around the hour mark. We'll see. Anyway, second half. Let's just put a bit more pressure on Buchanan. Let's give him something to do, boys. He's had a very quiet first half. We could start actually with a chance here. Ilias Chair finds Frey. Frey takes a touch. Frey finds the back of the net. First thing Buchanan's had to do, and Frey has put it past him. It's things you love to see. Michael Frey. I'll do it for him because he can't. Let's go, my boys. Absolutely here for that. 1-0, and that's a really good time to score as well, just after that half-time break. Really happy with that. Really, really happy indeed. Lovely pass from Chair. Great first touch. The footwork as well was lovely, just to let that ball go under his left foot. Look, just go behind it. Lovely stuff. Tucks it away. Similar-ish, to be fair, to the Clark Salter chance, but very lovely stuff. Good footwork from Frey, and that is his third goal this season. Third and 3 and 13. Very happy with that indeed. Anyway, let's crack on. It's 1-0, boys. Oh, got to be careful here. Really good through ball. What a tackle that is from Clark Salter. Last game, I should say, he was doing the job at the other end of the pitch. But, mate, he has done a fantastic service there getting in the way of that one, because that was pretty much a surefire goal if he didn't get that tackle in there. And let's see if now we can cause something here. Again, Chair given space. Oh, it's a really good effort. Buchanan with a really nice save there. You can't give Chair space at the edge of the box. So we made some changes here, by the way. Morrison, Bonner, Anderson, Santos on for light changes. Coley makes his way off. Field makes his way off, as does Kenneth Powell, as does Clark Salter. So, yeah, that's a huge impact there to finish off his game for the day. Frey up to it. It's a good block there. It's going to drop to Heverton Santos, who's going to find Ilias. Ilias takes a touch, hits it at the defender sadly, but we do keep it alive here. Jimmy Dunn on the ball. Oh, I didn't want that to Heverton Santos. I wanted that into Madsen there. Loose pass, unnecessarily loose pass. And now we've got work to do here. Morrison, got to try and get back here as Bayo is closing him down. I'm going to stay with Morrison. I know I could have gone to Santos there, but Santos will cover in that central position. Morrison does well. Gets back, gets the block in. But Watford still on a chance here. Got to be careful not to give them too much space. Larucci on the ball out wide here. Good closing down, boys. Love that. Bayo back to goal, but with the ball, it's a good effort. Nardi, get out to that one, my friend. Claim that one. Let's slow it down. Let's slow it down. Chair. Lovely turn inside. Finds Anderson. Anderson's going to turn and re-find Chair. The little interplay between those two has been really, really nice there. Find Frey now. Frey going to come inside. He's going to try and shoot. But again, the centre-backs have just not had Frey's number because he has found the goal today. And it was the winning goal because that is full-time at 1-0. But Frey struggled to get in those sort of chances that we give Seller. But what he has done is find himself in a great spot, have a lovely touch, and get ourselves the 3 points there. It's a really, really lovely goal. And that's a huge result as well. Again, it keeps us in that competitive state with top of the table Norwich. It gives us all the chances to really put a cat amongst the pigeons here. Well, we can confirm that Norwich did indeed keep up their winning ways, but we are right up and amongst it. We are not letting go, boys. 40 points on the board. 40 Oh, they drew. We are behind by 1 goal on goal difference. Mental. Both 12 wins, 4 draws, 2 losses. Wow. They are scoring a lot of goals, though. We're conceding not that many. I don't know if you guys saw there. In 18 games, we have had 14 clean sheets. That is absolutely unreal. Against Legendary, I'm very surprised that's been the case at all. But, man, we have got work to do here, boys. This is going to be, I would argue, probably the biggest game so far, considering the table situation right now. It's pretty crazy. But just before we get into that, we'll have a look at these 2 youth reports. I did see somebody ask me to send a scout out to Morocco. We have already done that. There is a scout out in Morocco. Do not fear. We are trying to find the next Ilias or Adel. Issam Ahmed could be half decent. You know what? We'll take the punt on Issam Ahmed. It does show me his value there. I don't know about you guys. I don't find that the values pop up very often. Do I have to just wait for players to be scouted for a while for their values to show? I'm not too sure. But Dylan Norton, it'll be a no from me, my friend. Same with you, Charlie, I'm afraid. Thomas Bourne, I'll give you another month. Harry Harris, I'm afraid it's a no. Isaac Miles can get another month as well, as can Ezra White, as can Ibrahim Morris. Gabriel Cummings, I'm afraid that rating is a no. Same with you, Finch, my dude. And Parat, I'm afraid, as well. So a few players still being scouted. Nothing as of yet. Decent starting value here for Ibrahim Morris. I reckon he's maybe almost a 60 rating. You know what? We'll take the punt on Ibrahim Morris because that starting rating could be very good. I take it back. I'm afraid we're going to go with both, actually. We'll go Ezra White as well because 875, he could have a real nice starting rating. That could be very... Oh, as is Thomas Ball. I'll give Thomas Ball another month. I've already signed 2. I won't go crazy with it. Don't you worry. Let's have a little gander and see what those 2... also, I don't know if you guys realise this. When you sign youth players, your game breaks. So you got to save and quit off them. So looking at the guys we just signed. Ezra White, 63 rated. Absolutely phenomenal. That's great. I'm really happy with that. We're going to change him to convert to a centre mid. Because, oh, no, we do run CDMs. I tell a lie. We do run CDMs. Okay. Well, let's get him on that holder midfielder. Let's get that defense up because his dribbling is really, really good. Let's go holder midfielder, get the defense up. That's what we need there. And then it was Morris, I believe, was the other player. I think it's Morris. Is that right? And we signed Ahmed as well. Okay. So let's convert Ahmed to play as a cam. I think that is going to be the play there because he's not very quick. Yeah, those starting stats aren't great. Let's be entirely real with each other here. And Ibrahim Morris, you know what? Not too bad. Let's go ahead and go for... I'm going to go with wide playmaker to get the stats up, and then we're going to get him to play winger because I do want him to be a winger because I want the pace boost, and that's the position, formation, everything that we play. But yeah, get the stats boosted up first, and then we'll worry about the roll plus. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get ready for what is possibly the biggest game of the season. Well, thanks to the rotation we have been doing over the last week or so, everyone is fully fit for this game, and that is great news for us because it means we can run our strongest starting 11 going into this one. It's going to be tricky, but at least we are at Loftus Road. We are at home, and hopefully we can make that count, make that matter for first against second. A huge fixture that I simply can't wait to actually get going. I cannot wait to get this game underway. It's going to be big. It's going to be tough. I reckon they're going to play a pretty intense style of football. We've obviously had some games where teams sort of sit on the ball and play it backwards a lot. We've had some teams that don't really give you much time on the ball. I think this will be one of those. I think they're going to close us down a whole lot. And I'm okay with that to a degree. Hopefully we can get them tired nice and quickly. Whether we do or not, obviously, will be very dependent, but huge game. And Nardi on the Tifo, which is actually, I love to see it. He's been phenomenal. 14 clean sheets in 18 games is actually unreal. So joint top goal scorer in with Sella, by the way. He's joint with Fleming. That's good to see. 14 goals. Man, it'll be lovely to have Sella score those kind of goals this season. Let's hope he finds that form, boys. Anyway, let's crack on with this one. QPR versus Norwich. First versus second. Come on, you Ars. Ball inside now. You can see they're playing this ball around really nicely. Sargent with the strike. Good block there from the defender. Needed to be from Clark Salter. And it's going to be an early corner here for Norwich. They are playing the ball pretty quickly. Like they're getting through the lines. Not messing around. I'll tell you that for free. Oh, I really wanted Nardi to come to that. He didn't though. Sargent brings it down. Cook, get it away. My lord, boys. We'd just get it out. Just get it out. Dembele looks across the line there, finds Madsen. Madsen with a chance to bring this ball forward here. He's going to do just that. We're going to look out wide. We find Kenneth Powell. Sato, maybe that run onside there. Oh, I needed a bit more of a pass on that one there, Powell. A little bit more, like, just in that pass because he was maybe away there. Ilias Chair going to look up and find Sella. Sella on that ball. Turns back, finds Ilias again. Sato going to get that ball in there. Sella tries the acrobatic. It was an audacious effort. I just asked for a normal shot, mate, but I respect the gall to give it a go. Madsen on the ball now. Going to keep bursting forward. He's going to look up and find Dembele. He's going to find Madsen again. The little 1-2 there. Madsen, or I was going to say the 1-2-3 was almost on. He does win it back. Can he? Oh, not quite. You'll see, by the way. You know what? I'll let you guys just see just for a sec. They move the ball round. Not like rapid, but as soon as there's any pressure, their first thought is find a pass. They are very quick to sort of not beat the press, but not allow themselves to get pressed. Dembele bringing this ball forward. The defender there tried to take him out because he knew he wasn't catching him. And Dembele, he's taken it past about 4 players now. Inside to Sella. Sella hits it on that finesse on that left foot. It's well blocked, though, from the defender. Ilias Chair here to help Dembele out. We're going to try and get it back to him. Oh, I tried to just dink it over the defender, but they just got in the way of it. Great tackle there from Madsen. Wins that ball in a really good spot. And it gives Heverton Santos a chance here to push forward. He's just going to look at that space open up in front of him. And Heverton Santos, an unlikely goal scorer, but a goal scorer he is there. It's 1-0 and it's a wonderful strike. It's a lovely bit of play. Winning the ball in the middle of the park there with Madsen was amazing. It was such a good pickup. And then Santos just had that freedom to just go. And boy, did he go. He went all the way to the end, found that back of the net. And that's a lovely strike. It's a great finish there, just on the inside of his boot. Kissed the inside of the post. An unlikely goal scorer. Not the hero we asked for, but the hero we've got today. Lovely finish there. And that is 1-0 to QPR. Things you absolutely love to see. Yeah, I didn't expect it to be Everton, but I'm happy it was. 1-0, boys. That's amazing. Love that. Come on, boys. Oh, it was right on the stroke of half-time. I didn't realise how close half-time was there. But that is 1-0 to the good. It's a phenomenal time to score there just on that stroke of half-time. That half-time team talk is going to be a little bit sweeter now. Things you love to see, boys. Very, very happy indeed. Well done to Santos. I can't get over the amount of space we had there. I was saying how difficult they were to break down and how hard it is to get the ball off them. But Santos just showing there that if you just run at them, they're not going to do too much sometimes. At the break, what we're going to do here is we are going to... Oh, I want to... do I want to take Dembele off? I'll give him another 10. I'll give him another 10, and then I'll bring on Anderson. I think Frey will come on at some point. Sellers struggled a little bit to get into this one. In fact, you know what? I'm going to make that change now. I'm going to bring on Frey. He's been upset that he's not playing too much. I'll give him 45 minutes. We'll give him a chance there. So, you know, he's had a game and a half in today's episode so far. I think he'll be a little bit on the happier sides of things there. But let's see if more of the same. Let's see if we can just really take this game to Norwich, and a second goal would be amazing. But we need to just, I think, a little bit more of the ball. And when they get it, we just need to win it back. Maybe a touch quicker. That would be quite nice. But let's see actually if Frey here can get a bit of a chance himself. He's just taking his time. Over the top now. Sato's going to hit it first time. Bit of a drag shot there. Ends up wide, but a decent start at the second half. Chair. Lovely stuff there. Takes it past one. Looks out wide. Finds Dembele. Dembele, little ball roll. Going to cut inside. He's got a little bit of a chance to space himself. I could have played it off. Oh, pow. That touch is poor, but he does win it back. Could have played it off there to Frey and had Frey have a little go, but yeah, I thought I'd try it. Santos with another audacious run down this right-hand side. And yet again, he's had the beating of his man. He's absolutely flying. This time, he's not going to go for the shot, though. He's going to try the cross. That cross is absolutely woeful. Chair brings it down. That was never going in. Let's be real. Well, a few changes here. We're bringing on Smith, Varane, Anderson, and Ashby for Sato, Field, Dembele, and Powell. All relatively like for like. It is going to be Varane in the middle, obviously. Ashby out at left back. Anderson on a right mid. Smith on at left mid. And then obviously Chair staying in that middle spot. Chair's just been getting a little bit of freedom and a little bit of luck. Obviously, we've had space on that right-hand side as well, so I wouldn't have been upset having Smith or Chair out there as well, because both, I think, would have been pretty phenomenal. But, yeah, it is what it is. I'm not upset about it. I think the versatility we've got in that midfield is looking pretty lovely now. We've got a lot of options for all three attacking midfield spots, which is great to see. And, oh, I've left that about 2.5 hours late for Frey to run onto. My bad. Not long left on the clock, though. I'll let you guys stay with me here to see this one out. 2 minutes to go. Nothing silly, boys, because you know what happens if we can, like, confirm and bag the 3 points here. Don't let anything get away from you. Got to be careful now. Ball over the top. Santos is going to win it. He's going to just get rid of it the first time. Good headed clearance there. And there it is, boys. Massive 3 points. And those are 3 points against the current top of the table, which means QPR are sat at the top of the championship table in the first week of December. That's pretty huge, boys. That is pretty huge. It's a pretty good time to be up there. Everton Santos, the unlikely hero today, finding that all-important goal. Man, very happy with that indeed. What a huge result, man. What a huge result. Well, how good does that look? How good does that feel, boys? We are currently at the top of the championship. 19 games played, so still plenty ahead of us. Not even halfway through the league, but we do find ourselves at the top of the table. That's a really good place to be, because it's that thing, isn't it, of like in January, the amount of teams that are in first come January and the percentage of them that then go up or win the title or at least get promoted is crazy high, I'm fairly sure. So we've put ourselves in a pretty good spot, and our next game is against a struggling Oxford. They are in 21st, so they're not doing terrible for themselves. They are currently in a position of staying up, but obviously, again, a long way to go. But we can see updated position and role stuff here for Coley on that winger role, which is great to see. He's an inside forward plus. We're going to have him on a winger plus. That is going to be the vibe there. Absolutely here for that. And then there was, I think it was the change of position or something. Oh, role update for Jay Ashton. So one of the young lads has now confirmed a plus poacher as well, which is, again, crazy. He's like, what, 50? He's 14 and he's plus. Seems a bit mad. Anyway, unless anything happens in between, I'll see you guys at the Oxford game. Okay, here we are ready for Oxford. Just the one change in that starting 11. That is Paul Smith coming in for Dembele, who was pretty tired. Coley makes his way onto the bench as well to replace Dembele because his fitness was quite low. You can see Sato's is a touch on the low side, as is Clark Sauters, but it's not too bad, so I will give them the nod for the start. But other than that, same starting 11. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That is obviously the majority of what we're trying to do, is keep that main 11 out there and then bring players in rotation wise when we need to or when we want to, and just giving, you know, a few players a chance here and there sort of vibe. So let's see if we can keep up winning ways, keep up the phenomenal form, and let's see if we can stay now in our top of the table position. It's lovely to have back-to-back home games as well. Getting a huge win at home. If we can follow it with another big win here, that'd be awesome. Again, you know, Oxford, not a bad little side. They were phenomenal in League One, and they've started incredibly well coming up as well. So let's see if we can just settle things a little bit. A nice, confident performance. It's all dependent, though, on how this Oxford team play. So let's find out. Come on, you Ars. Kenneth Powell. Inside. Finds Ilias. Ilias chair. Lovely turn. Got his man marking him, but he's going to try and turn his man. Does so. Gets the space. Ilias chair. What a goal that is. The little magician himself. Lovely bit of play. Turns his man and finds a beautiful strike into the back of the net. That's a proper Ilias chair finish, I have to say. Just like in the position and then where the ball ends up. Just finding that strike. Lovely, lovely stuff. The turn past his man was beautiful as well. This turn here, look. Bosh, have that, my dude. Lovely stuff. And what a lovely finish as well. Lovely jubbly indeed. Yeah, I'll have a little look at that one again. Don't you worry, Ilias, my friend. Big goal. Early doors as well. It's only a couple of minutes in, 5 minutes in, and Ilias finds his fourth goal of the season so far. 1-0. Everton Santos can't quite come inside. There we go. Lovely stuff there. Clark sort of him and Santos sort of swapping each other's positions there, swapping who was marking where. But it worked out in the end. And now Smith into Chair over the top, back to Smith. We see Seller with a little bit of space here. Going to try and put it onto that left foot. Seller, it's 2-0, boys. I'm not saying it's easy, but we're making it look a lot simpler than it should be. And Seller makes it 2-0. And the boys having a bit of fun with it now. It's a lovely, lovely start. This is the kind of thing we need to do at some point in real life. We need to get an early start, get that goal. The way we started on the weekend just gone, we've got to find those early chances that hit the back of the net, because we were dominant in those first 20 minutes. The game could have been 2 or 3-0 to us. Instead, we let the game get away from us because we don't find our chances, and we end up losing it comfortably to Hull. So it's frustrating, but if we can keep this up in real life, it'll be nice. We're doing it in the career mode, though, so it's something, I guess. But it's 2-0 now. Oh, lovely ball here. Chair. Going to look inside. Going to find Paul Smith. Paul Smith with a good run now. Paul Smith tries to find Seller. Not quite where I wanted it. Seller couldn't quite pass the ball back. But, yeah, it wasn't quite where I wanted the pass, but nearly ended up being relatively fruitful. Sam Field sees Seller. Seller with a little bit of space. The fullback is closing him down. Him and Nelson did really well there at stopping Seller from just bursting through and maybe making it 3. 3 at half time. And, yeah, I think you'd already be talking about it being done and done. Got to be careful here not to give anything away. Don't want to sort of allow them into the game in any silly way. Nardi, that's a wonderful save. It's down to his right and he got to it. It's one of those that's maybe slightly deceptive, that shot there, because it was trickling, but it was well placed. And Nardi wouldn't have seen it till late going through the defence. But I have to say, he's been pretty quiet. That's the only thing he's had to do all game. So he's reacted well to that one. But it's 2-0 at the break. Really happy with that. Very happy indeed. And yeah, 2 lovely goals. That Chair goal, I can't go over it. Lovely turn. And then to just place it into that top corner. It's things you love to see, boys. It's things you love to see. But 2-0 at the break. And I think, unless anyone's tired, Sato is tired. Okay, we will make the change then. I'm going to bring on Ryan Coley. Just bring him on that left-hand side. Get him a few more minutes out there as well. Love seeing Coley on the pitch because he's a player I'd love to see even more in real life. He's sort of just disappeared a little bit from squad contention. And I think he's a player that really could come on and do a job for us in some games, because I just think he's such a talent, man. I don't really get why he's dropped out of favour. Anyone in the QPR know-how that knows why Ryan Coley sort of dropped out of favour in real life, I'd appreciate the insight, because I bloody love the guy. I think he's going to be such a good little talent. But we're going to play it inside here from Coley into Field, and I wasn't paying attention, and I ran straight into their player. Well done, me. Ball here with Field. Sam Field, edge of the box. I'm going to have a go. Oh, it's not a bad go either. Decent effort there from Sammy Field. I still can't get over the goal he scored against Palace. It was a lovely goal. Changes. Ashby, Anderson, Dixon, Bonner, Dunn on for Powell, Smith, Varane and Clark-Salter. All pretty much like for like. Anderson in at cam. Chairs move to the right. Ashby on at left back. I'm half tempted to train him at left back because we don't have a backup left back. There isn't Morgan Fox. Unfortunate there from Salah. And yeah, I like having Ashby as an option because obviously we've got him in on loan. I don't want Newcastle to recall him because otherwise we will have to sign another backup fullback. And financially, I don't know what our financial situation is going to be. I have seen people suggesting players, by the way. They can and will be scouted. But I do think the contract situation will be our first priority. I think the next episode will be a little bit admin-y. Hold on a second. Oh, it's a good goal, by the way. It's a good finish there. I want to say it's Nugent, but it's not, is it? It's not. I can't remember their striker's name. I'm an absolute fraud. I forget they got Dane Scarlett on the bench. Wow, Dane Scarlett must have come off because he's in his kit, not in the substitute stuff. But it's a good strike. Harris. I don't know where I got Nugent from. Lovely first time finish down to the keeper's close post. If Nardi stayed still, I think he saves it, but he sort of turned his body away. But it's a good finish. It's a really competent finish there. Harris makes it 2-1. And we've got to just be sensible now, not give anything away. 15 minutes to go. I'll worry about what I was going to talk about in regards to the next episode afterwards. I let myself get distracted there. Oh, let's go. Anderson gets it back from Sella. Anderson restores the lead. It wasn't a 1-goal lead for long. It's back to 2. And just like that, Lucas Anderson with a lovely 1-2. Lovely bit of play with Sella. And he finds the back of the net. Sella's been scoring all the goals for so long. And today he's got 2, maybe even 3 assists in this episode. So really, really nice to see him add that to his game for today's episode. Really, really nice. Ball glitches through his feet. That's so annoying. I'd rather that didn't happen. I'd almost rather not score because of where the ball is, or I'd rather the animations don't allow that. I think I'd prefer that. But either way, it's 3-1, and that should be all she wrote with 10 minutes on the clock. Well, there it is. Not too much happening after that last goal. It was a lot of, honestly, Oxford just keeping the ball. They were just sort of trying to play it forward over and over and over, but we just kept playing them down. Matty Phillips, I forgot he was at Oxford. Oh, mate, I'd have given him a little boo. I'm joking. Didn't dislike him. Ended on sour terms, I think, but I didn't dislike Matty Phillips. Good little player. Anyway, 3-1. Very happy with that. Great result. Ilyas Chair with a lovely goal to open things up. Sella finding that second as well very nicely. And then Anderson on the end of a lovely bit of team play. So really, really good stuff. 3-1 and 3 more points. Well, I'm very, very, very happy with that overall there. I think we really did do a really good job at just, keeping up the winning ways. 3 points clear of Norwich is an unbelievable position to be in. We have them again not too long from now. We have them, I believe, in the end of December. We do. We have the away game right on. I think they're our first sort of start of that second batch of the season. So yeah, 20, and then we want to, yeah, so they are a 24th game, which makes sense. But what we're going to do next episode, which I was starting to talk about until we conceded, is because January is right around the corner, and because we have got, obviously, teams then have the option to sign our players on pre-contracts, we are going to go through the contracts first things first, because you can see a lot of players running out of contract at the end of this. Now, Anderson, I probably will re-sign, but I don't know how long he'll be at the club for this series. Coley, I would like to re-sign. There's very few players that I'm not crazy interested in re-signing. So it will be a matter of I want to keep as many of these guys here as possible. So we will go through that in the next episode. For now, I'm going to round this one up here. If you guys have enjoyed this episode, leave a like, supports me, the video, the channel, and the series out a whole bunch. If you're new, hit the sub button and turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video. If you want to check out our live streams, there's links down below. The pillar link is a link to all my different socials. You'll find everything you're looking for there. But that is it for me. Thank you for watching. I have been Tom. You guys have been awesome. And I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves. And of course, wash your hands. Take care.